Hey soul family, welcome to my channel, Elle's Temple. My name is Elle. I'm a goddess guide and tarot reader, and today I'm super excited to be doing a new reading all about the next steps to your financial independence. So when I was shuffling some cards to see what topic I should do, the Nine of Pentacles came out from the Everyday Witch Tarot. I absolutely love this tarot deck, and I love this particular Nine of Pentacles. Because doesn't this just look like the exact lifestyle that you would want to live? Being able to sit outside in the sun with a glass of wine in the afternoon, reading a book, and sitting under like a peach tree or something, and just totally living the life. That is the dream, right? So we're going to be taking a look at certain steps that you can take, certain things that might be just around the corner, things that are going to manifest for you, energies to step into, how to empower yourself to get this lifestyle if that is something that you want. So if you're excited about that as I am, then let's pick some goddesses to choose your pile. Okay, so without further ado, let's see, can we have a goddess for pile number one? Spirit, can we have a goddess for pile number one? Boop. Goddess of loyalty, Enid. Lovely. So you'll be pile one if you're drawn to that one. Pile number two. Can we have a goddess for pile two? Anu, goddess of prosperity. Gorgeous. That's a positive sign. I mean, all of the goddesses are positive signs, to be honest, because they're goddesses and that is just what they do. But this is especially if you're really looking to manifest some big time financial freedom or wealth, then you'll be pile two. And pile three. Woo. Goddess of change, beautiful. I apologize. I am afraid I don't know how to pronounce this particular goddess, but I'll give it a go. I think it might be Chirath. Chirath. Apologies. I've probably totally murdered that. I should have checked that. My Welsh pronunciation, even though I live in the UK, it is pretty appalling. But I'm learning, you guys. I'm learning with the this is a fairly new deck for me, the Celtic Goddess Oracle, and I'm learning some of these more obscure Celtic goddesses, so I need to practice that. But anyway, without further ado, just tune into your intuition, tune into your intuition, see which pile is calling you of the three. Maybe it's from the number. We've got number 28, number 12, and number 48. So one of those might be a lucky number for you. It could be the name, it could be the imagery, it could just be the energy of one of the cards that's drawing you in. Maybe there's more than one card that's drawing you in which case there might be some messages you need to cobble together from across a couple of the different piles. So just see what your intuition is telling you, and I will see you in your pile. Okay. Hi there, pile number one. If you chose the beautiful goddess Enid, card number 28, goddess of loyalty, this will be your pile. Okay, so to begin with, I'm just going to speak a little bit about the energy of this card, and then we'll move into some tarot messages. We've got the Crystal Magic Tarot, which is a brand new deck. Very excited to be using it. It's a super good deck for actually manifesting as well, and you can charge the cards with crystals and use them. So I'd highly recommend that. It's been a really cool process to get into. We've also got a couple of other oracle decks that I'll pull some messages for you at the end. But just to begin with Goddess Enid and the energy that I'm picking up from her. So the keywords for her are constant, faithful, and dedication. And it's all about being loyal to yourself, listening to your conscience and spirit within, and recognizing the signs as messages that guide you. Being sure that you're really staying focused on your dreams, even when other people are trying to distract you. So it's sort of showing with the bread here and the dog. These are two symbols of that kind of constancy, loyalty, substance, that type of thing. So being loyal, it's sort of about making sure that you're being loyal to yourself and your own dreams, and not being loyal or self-sacrificing to an unworthy cause that's not really beneficial to you, or being coerced by other people into doing something that isn't really where you want to be going. So the other signs with this card is talking about a new job, promotion, or better paid work is imminent. So this is a very good sign if you are wanting to cultivate more financial independence. And as well, there might be some opportunities for travel, possibly. If there's a new venture that you're wanting to start that's going to be very successful, you can see she's wearing all this beautiful gold jewelry. She's got this beautiful garden of flowers that are just blossoming behind her. So there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of abundance that's going to come in as a result of your commitment and loyalty and dedication to yourself and your dreams. So it's kind of like your guides are encouraging you to be like this little dog here who's just really beautifully attached to his wee owner, and he's just not going to stray from her side. And it's kind of like it's sort of saying that's what you need to do for yourself, for your dreams, for your goals. You need to be absolutely constant, absolutely faithful, absolutely loyal, like a little dog is to their owner. Just there, completely there for yourself every single day, showing up for yourself every single day, really putting those steps into whatever venture it is that you want to create, or if it's a promotion that you want at work, but just being very careful to ensure that you're not, like it said, being coerced into doing something for someone else that you don't really want to do, or giving your loyalty or self-sacrificing to an organization or a cause that you don't really believe in. Maybe your values are not aligned with it or something along those lines. So just being careful about that, my lovelies, is what you are being guided to at this time. There's something about possibly an ending that might come in, because I'm getting with the numbers here, we've got 2 plus 8, which in numerology that reduces to a 10. So you add the numbers together, just for those of you who are new to numerology, if you add the numbers together, that becomes a 10. And 10 in the tarot, at least, the number 10 is a number of completion. It's the number of the end of a cycle. So if you think of, 10 of wands, for example, it's about just finally getting to the kind of top of the mountain, to the end of a struggle, to the end of like an endurance race, and being able to put down those wands finally and just relax. 10 of swords is always like an ending of some kind. All of that. So the number 10 is all about ending. So I do feel like maybe for you, pile one, for some of you at least, it won't be the case for all of you, but for some of you, there may be some ending that needs to happen first in order for you to switch focus onto yourself and go forward with something that you are really dedicated to and passionate about. So let's get some tarot messages from the Crystal Magic Tarot. Spirit, can we have some messages from, the tarot this one's wanted to come out for pile number 1. So we've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, some kind of surrender, some kind of flip. It's like what I was just saying about something needing to end before you can move forward. It's like there needs to be a complete change in perspective. So something in your life might feel like it gets turned a bit upside down as you go towards this process to sort of really cultivate this 9 of Pentacles lifestyle. That might be something that you really want, being able to be totally free, totally independent. Maybe you want to work online, or just have location independence, or have enough money, at least just to have some stability so that you can focus on your own projects, whatever those are. And there's going to need to be a little bit of a like flip in perspective, a change in perspective, a switch around of things in your life. You can see there's these skulls here. So that's also symbolic of death. With the serpent, this is symbolic of shedding skin. So shedding the old, letting go of the old. Again, with the I'm being drawn back to that number 10. There might be an ending. There might be a shedding of something, a releasing of something. It doesn't have to be something really dramatic. It doesn't have to be like, leave your job today and go and do something else tomorrow. It's not necessarily that. It's more subtle. It's more kind of to do with internally your own self-beliefs and things like that. So it's like a shedding of old ideas, like an old version of yourself. So there might be a version of yourself that was really attached or being really loyal to another cause, like to a company, for example, or to a relationship, or to something where you were plugging a lot of your energies into something else or someone else that maybe wasn't bringing you so much fulfillment. And with the Hanged Man, it's kind of like if you really want to cultivate this 9 of Pentacles life, you're going to have to flip some things around. There's going to have to be some endings. There's going to have to be some changes in perspective. There's going to have to be some shedding of these old ways of thinking, that sort of self-sacrificing that might be going on, that dedicating yourself to other things, other projects for other people that might not really be necessarily serving your highest interests or your values. So there might be a little bit of needing to just orient back towards what your own internal values are. Okay, and then we've got the Four of Cups here, which again, we've got another snake on this card. So we've got two snakes here. So there's a double message, a really strong message about shedding your skin, shedding your old self, releasing your old self, rebirth into a new version of yourself. This is a beautiful Four of Cups though. Normally Four of Cups can show someone being a little bit bored maybe, a little bit like dissatisfied with life. They're not really getting something that's fulfilling them. But in this case, it's like such a lovely pink color, and there's like this snake that's coiled around these four cups, and it's a different energy. It's a really soft energy. It's a really beautiful energy. I feel like this is really saying it's really important to go towards something that you really love. With this pink energy, it's really like heart chakra energy is the energy I'm getting. You can kind of feel it. It's really warm and really like feminine, really nurturing. And it's kind of like saying, if you can release this old version of yourself, shed this old skin, you can really step into something that you really, really love and is really, really fulfilling for you. And that's basically trying to be offered to you. Like the universe is trying to bring this forward, or there's an option for this to come in. There's an option for you to receive this. However, you do need to let go of something in order to receive this option, this path, or this new role, or whatever this thing is that's going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. There's just something here that needs to be let go of, or a perspective that really needs to shift and change. So really, really beautiful energy. I love also how the pinky colors and the flowers on the snake as well, they kind of match the pinky lilies and things that are behind this person. I also wanted to say about the bread as well. Maybe some of you you might have a passion for baking, or food in some sort, or cake making, or cake decorating, maybe making beautiful cakes with flowers on them, or kind of, I'm getting a vibe of some of you are definitely into cooking. And like I said, it's not necessarily about like, your guidance isn't necessarily like, quit your old job, like just leave it, just forget about paying your bills and whatever and go and make cakes. It's not necessarily that. It's kind of, doing it in a way that's still self-supporting, taking care of your needs, making sure that your survival needs are met. But beyond that, maybe just a little bit of a shift in perspective, a little bit of a reorientation towards something that brings you more passion and is more like emotionally fulfilling to you. Because maybe some of you have been in something where you've just felt a bit stuck, you felt a bit dissatisfied, you feel like you've been putting your energies towards something and you're just like not really seeing what it's going to get you or where it's going to go. Whereas I think there is something that is going to be a lot more fulfilling and give you a lot more time to do things you enjoy, like be out in nature. You can see she's sitting outside with her dog and she's got, lots of flowers in her garden. It's kind of like you can cultivate a life for yourself where you can do things that support your emotional self. Be able to spend time in the outdoors if that's something you enjoy doing, being able to spend time with pets if that's something you enjoy doing, being able to spend time cooking or baking if that's something you enjoy doing. There's definitely a way to do that. So let's get some more messages from the tarot card as to how you can do that. By the way, just before I do that, I will just say some of these crystals that are mentioned on these cards may be really, really useful for you to manifest these energies. So with the Hangman, we have Iolite, and with Four of Cups, we've got pink halite. So those two could be useful crystals to help embrace this transition, this shift in perspective. Let's have a look at what else is coming. Wow, that one flew out of the deck. Love it. Queen of Swords, beautiful. Black diamond. That is really amazing energy. Interesting. We've got a book up above her head with a key. It looks like a key that's coming out of it. Interesting. Some of you may be wanting to be writers or something along the lines of doing something that's using, could be going back to university maybe, or going back to school, studying something, learning something, doing something by the book. Uh, there's like it's like that's a key to something. It might be that you need to gain mastery in this thing. There might be a little bit of learning that might need to happen, but it feels like you're not, it's not like you're necessarily a novice in this. It's not like this is something you've got to go right back to the beginning and learn. It's just there's an opportunity for you to become really sovereign, to become really independent, really strong in yourself, really able to rule over yourself and your life and your time, with a little bit more, if you apply yourself to a little bit more study of some sort. So it may be that you need to get some kind of certification in this thing. Like, for example, if you are wanting to be like a chef or a master baker or something, you have to do a little bit more, like a last little bit of training, perhaps, or a last little bit of learning, or even just like self-learning, reading lots of books, expanding your knowledge in some way, expanding your thoughts in some way. Yeah, and I'm getting, because the colors on this card, they're quite sort of black and white. So it's almost like we've got this beautiful sort of feminine nurturing energy here, which is about tapping into that kind of the thing you love. But then we've got this slightly more almost like Queen of Swords, cold, maybe cold's not the best word, logical, rational, right? Okay, what's the fastest way to get there? What do I need to do in order to get this kind of life? Like, where do I need to go? What do I need to train in? How am I going to master this thing? How am I going to become the best that I can be at this thing? So there's a leveling up that's going to happen once you're able to really embrace what this option is that's coming towards you, that's going to be emotionally fulfilling. There'll be a little bit of a balancing out those kind of yin and yang energies, and then needing to take action and apply yourself. That's what I keep hearing, is like apply yourself to your craft, whatever it is. So I'm really getting a craft vibe from pile number one. So I think some of you might well be like some kind of makers of some sort. Perhaps you like I said, I'm seeing some of you baking, making food. Maybe even some of you want to write your own cookbook of some sort, or book about cakes or something. So I see some of you making jewelry or something like that. It's like using your hands. You can see she's holding the bread here. So there's something around using your hands. And we've got black diamond here, which is very much about, diamonds are very much about things that are produced under pressure, like a beauty that evolves through being under pressure. So there might be something where like you have to go into some kind of training or something that involves, I'm hearing quite like a competitive environment potentially, or something that is a little bit of pressure on you. Like it is a little bit of a like intensive environment, an intensive and training environment, or an intensive learning period, or an intensive period of applying yourself, or writing something, or learning a little bit more, pushing yourself a little bit. And that intensiveness is kind of what will like create the most beautiful diamond, because that's how diamonds are created. They're created, like I'm not a geologist, so I'm gonna probably sound like I just don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure they're created like under huge amounts of pressure in the earth, and that's what kind of makes them so beautiful and sparkly, because they're just like created over a long period of time under immense pressure. So there may be some kind of like pressured situation for you. Like maybe there's a bit of a time pressure, like you've got to somehow work and pay your bills and put food on the table, but also there's like going to be this course you're going to be doing, and it might be a little bit pressured, but I feel like that is going to be, it's really going to make you, kind of thing. It's really, really going to make you. So I think I'm going to leave it there for the tarot portion of your reading, actually, because I think that's enough. It's quite intense energy actually with just these 3 cards. So I'm going to leave the tarot part there. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards for you to finish off. So we've got the Wild Woman Oracle here by I think her name is Cheyenne Zarati. This is an amazing deck. I absolutely love it. So let's get a Wild Woman Oracle card for pile number 1. Yeah, just keep an eye out if some training or certification or just like that next level of something that you are thinking of training in, like the thing that gives you that sort of logical next step, that might well start to come through for you. So keep an eye out for that, pile 1. Rise of the Inner Warrior, Solidarity. Yeah, really strong, powerful energy here. I'm just trying to read what's on the writing on here. I'm no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I'm changing the things I cannot accept. Interesting. So I've got, I shock you and rock you. I clear the way for what's to come. I can be slight or stupendous, brief and or long lasting, uproaring and uprising. What I can't be is ignored. Yeah. So I think you are like really stepping into an energy of self-empowerment and not accepting things that before you might have let slide. And I feel inclined to put that with this card, this Hangman card, of like maybe before there was a bit of self-sacrificing going on or working towards something that wasn't really your own goals or something like that, and now you're shifting into an energy of self-empowerment and an energy of moving towards the things that will set you up for life and things you're really passionate about. I'm getting with that sort of inner warrior. It's like you're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to stand up for your goals. You're going to fight for the goals that you want to achieve. You're going to fight for the life that you want to have. You're going to fight for these things that are important for you. You're going to fight for these things that bring you emotional satisfaction. So, and you're really going to go after them with like a dedication, is what I'm seeing with that Queen of Swords. You know, she's really she's just got this like who is that? What is that? Devil Wears Prada. That's the energy I'm getting from this. That kind of you know, the character at the head of Vogue. You know, and it doesn't mean you have to be like really hardcore and aggressive about anything. It's just really focused, you know, and really dedicated and really like you'll do anything to get ahead, not in terms of like standing on other people or being, you know, needing to do it in a way that's backstabbing or anything like that. But just, you know, you've got like this warrior self here. You've got this clear, like rational, action taking energy that you're gonna step into, so that you can go after these things that are important to you. So that's really amazing energy that you're going into. And I feel like as long as you can be really loyal to your own goals, this Nine of Pentacles energy is absolutely around the corner for you. So to finish off with, we are going to get a Crystal Mandala Oracle from the... Sorry, I have really little hands, and this is a really big deck, so it's a little bit awkward to shuffle, but let's see how we go. Whoops. Okay. Let's get one of these to finish. Sometimes one just kind of pokes out and then I know it's that one. There we go. Okay. Oh, I've got two, but I think it's the top one. Okay, so we got Her Eye Ever Open, Goddess Tara and Tibetan Quartz. Wow, that is really beautiful energy. It's really powerful energy as well. It's quite similar to the sort of the black and white with this card. Her Eye Ever Open. Yeah, I feel like this is like, what I'm picking up from this is like eye on the prize, pile one. Keep your eye on the prize. Always keep one eye open towards where you are going, towards like the goals that you have in mind, towards what you want to cultivate in your life. Never lose sight of that. Like never lose sight of your own dreams, your own goals, your own values. with that lotus as well, I'm getting a vibe of, some of you might have gone through quite a bit of difficulty. And also, I mentioned with the diamond, there's that energy of like being under pressure to create something. So it might be that, there's been, or there is going to be quite a strong period of alchemizing some difficult experiences and going through some trials and tribulations in order to get that, like the lotus flower. Because if you think of the lotus, it grows up through, this like the most revolting soil kind of thing, like in a yucky old pond, but like through all of that difficulty, the most beautiful flower forms on the top of the pond, and it's like by alchemizing those difficult experiences, you're able to just bloom like this beautiful lotus flower. I feel like it might be something in the book. One second, I'm just going to check if there's, I'm not going to read the whole thing because with these the Alana Fairchild books, they're amazing, but they are really, really long messages. So I'm going to just check which bit I need to draw your attention to. This first bit. Okay, so yeah, just to also say that you are protected from as you go forward on this journey, you're going to be protected as well, because it's like with her eye ever open, it's like the goddess is protecting you through this process. I'm just going to read the introduction actually. So we bring you the empowerment of her eye ever open. The divine protection around you is absolute and complete. Your simple request for the Universal Mother to watch out for you and to protect what has meaning for you allows you to live your life, do your work, and know the most powerful one is caring for your well-being on all levels. You can trust, be free from worry, and remain open to the world with joy in your heart. As you grow spiritually, the reach of your light increases. You become increasingly open and visible to more souls. You become as a shining spiritual sun bringing light to the earth. Do you notice that people have different reactions to the sun? Some worship, others respect, and some fear. Though these reactions are about the belief systems and consciousness of the people, not the nature of the sun itself. Very important. The sun is exactly the same whether it is recognized for its health-giving properties or for being destructive to health. The sun is powerful and it continues to shine and simply be what it is, unaffected by the reactions of those to its light. For those on the path of love and light, there are lessons to be learned from this. If you decide whether or not to be who you are, to shine your light based on the reactions of those around you, then you will be forever confused. There will always be those that admire and support you in who you are, and those that are fearful, and those that for their own fearful reasons will not. If you allow the negativity of those in fear to become part of how you view yourself, you will undermine yourself. You will have allowed negativity to sabotage your spiritual light. This can happen when you take to heart the critical remark of another who is more interested in criticizing others than focusing on their own personal healing. You may not wish to do it. You may even realize what is happening, and yet their fear may still make you stumble a little, doubt yourself, or feel afraid that if you keep shining bright, you may suffer attacks from others. You may even wonder why you've attracted that situation to yourself, which is a way healers can unintentionally use their intention to assume spiritual responsibility to undermine themselves. Being responsible for your own responses to the world is appropriate, assuming that the consciousness that another chooses for themselves as you're doing is not. If you do this, you are colluding with the fear, agreeing that it is appropriate behavior for another to blame you for their pain. This is not wise, true, or empowering for anyone. I'm just going to skip down to, if you have fear about being seen, becoming visible, or coming out of the spiritual closet out of concern for what others will think or do, or feel that perhaps an unresolved past life issue where you were harmed for your beliefs is coming up, take comfort. This oracle brings you the grace of the Divine Mother's healing intervention. You are meant to overcome this and move trustingly into the light. It is what is meant for you, and she will help you get there. I'm going to leave it there for that message, because I feel like that's the core of it, really. That's the crux of it. Yeah, really, really beautiful energy for you, pile number one. I think that this is going to be a period of really, like I mentioned, there were a lot of mentions in this card about fearing other people's opinions. And I did mention at the beginning with the goddess of loyalty how maybe there's some self-sacrifice going on and being coerced into things by other people, or doing things for other people that may not be aligned. So there might be just a period of realignment with that Hanged Man, moving more towards what you find emotional fulfillment in, and staying really strong and empowered and on the path, really committed again with the loyalty to what you want to cultivate. Really fight for yourself, empower yourself, and stand out for yourself for what you want to create in your life. Okay, my lovely Power One, I hope that resonated for you. Please leave me a like and a comment below if it did. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload another reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. So happy to have you here today for your reading all about your next steps to financial independence. And for you, pile 2, we got the card number 12, Anu, Goddess of Prosperity. So I'm just going to start off speaking a little bit about Anu. We've got the Crystal Magic Tarot. We will move into some tarot messages next, and then I've got a few oracle decks to pull some oracle cards for you for guidance at the end. So to speak about Anu, this is a really good sign if you are wanting to manifest financial independence, because Anu is a sign that you are going to have a waterfall of abundance coming towards you, a waterfall of wealth, of finances, of money, of some kind of support from the universe in some way, and it will feel really magical. It'll feel like just a sudden overflow of something where it felt before like maybe the stream had just dried up and nothing was coming down the mountain. And you might have been struggling a bit financially. You might have been in survival mode for a period of time. You might have just been like plodding away at something, putting something out there. Nothing was coming to you. You weren't getting the clients, maybe if you're in a sort of service-based field, or fields where you're selling a product or something and you're trying to get it out, and no one's investing in it in some way. Or maybe it is like some sort of project that you need investment money in, and you've been waiting and waiting for the investment, and it just hasn't been forthcoming, and you felt really stuck. This is a sign that you can breathe a big sigh of relief, because abundance is going to come to you, and it's going to be this really fresh new beginning. You can see she's got the daisies in her hand here. She's wearing green. There's a lot of green behind her, which is very much an energy of abundance in terms of like natural abundance. Like if you think of just how spring follows winter, and it just happens, like nature suddenly blossoms overnight and all these plants come out, and it's just an abundance of greenery and an abundance of plantation. And so nature is like naturally abundant, right? And it's kind of like the message I'm getting for you, part 2, is you are just going to be like naturally abundant. Like you're just going to blossom financial abundance in the same way that nature does. So if you've been in a period of winter before where you've just been struggling to make money, or to sell things, or to get your services known in some way, or get some kind of investment, then that is coming to an end. And it's going to be this period of spring and summer coming through with like after the ice melts after winter, suddenly the waterfalls are just really like overflowing. They're just like all the ice is melting, and so the waterfalls are so strong, and there's just so much water coming down. Things are just flowing. That's the energy I'm getting, just this energy of flow, where before it might have just been a tiny trickle. Now it's just going to all flow down to you. I'm also getting that you're just going to be in this really, it's like magical time where you can kind of manifest whatever you want. With it's kind of, I'm being drawn to the orangey red hair, and that sort of the orange is connected with the sacral chakra, and so this ability to make money from your creative projects in some ways. So some of you might be creatives. I'm seeing some of you maybe do art or something, and you're trying to sell your artwork. Maybe some of you create tarot decks or something like that, which could be really cool. Or just, some kind of art, or some kind of something creative, some kind of creative endeavor. I mean, of course, creativity is used in everything, right? Like, you could be in a financial field and you're still using certain creative skills in terms of, maybe how you market your services or something. So it's not like you have to be specifically an artist, but it's like you're creative ideas of how to manifest this abundance are just going to overflow. It's like you're just going to have that natural instinct. It's like she's got this crown of orange around her head, so like you're going to be tapping into that creative energy to know how to manifest this flow, constant kind of flow of money. And it's going to look really like you're going to make it look really easy, because with the swans here, it's like, even though underneath, if you look at swans' feet under the surface, they're paddling away like crazy, right, to go along the river or the whatever, the lake or something that they're in. But like, if you watch them from the outside, if you're standing on the bank and watching a swan going along, they're just like, you know, they just look so graceful, so elegant. You're not seeing all the feet really going underneath. You're just seeing that beautiful, serene kind of carriage, like the way they just like this, they just move with ease across the water. So I'm seeing that happening for you. You're going to be able to move through life with ease now, because you're going to have this support behind you of this like flow of money just coming in. So wow, really powerful energy, really incredible energy to get for a financial independence reading. So let's move into the tarot and kind of see what your next steps are. So Spirit, can we get, whoa, straight off the bat, 5 of Swords, smoky quartz. Okay, so there's definitely going to be a little bit of competition, maybe, is what I'm getting, but you are wielding, you are coming out on top. You can, this is quite an interesting 5 of Swords card, because in many decks it just shows people fighting, but in this case there's just you. There's 4 swords that are pointing down and away from you, and you've got the sword that's like wrapped in a wreath, and you've got a star behind you, and you're holding it above like, I'm the winner. So like, for compared with some 5 of Swords, this is quite possibly like the best, most empowering 5 of Swords you could get. And with smoky quartz, that could be a crystal that could be useful for you as you move into this prosperous energy, in terms of like, I guess like embracing your sense of like, it's like healthy competition, a sense of being healthily competitive, like not looking at your competitors as, you know, like being jealous of them in any way or needing to put them down in any way. It's just like, yeah, like look at all of us, like we've all got these different ideas, and we've all got, you know, say for example, you're in sales, and you're, you know, or you have a product that you make and you're trying to sell it, and there's a lot of other people, you know, and they're all selling the same kind of thing, and you felt before like, oh my gosh, there's just so much competition, like it's just like it's killing me, like I'm struggling, like everyone's kind of like they're getting all the cuts kind of thing, is sort of the energy I'm getting. So maybe some of you are in sales, some of you could be in sales, and you've had competition, maybe even in your own company, within your own team or your own colleagues. But for others of you, this is more like you're independent, you're maybe a freelancer, or you make a product and you're trying to sell it. Say you're trying to sell something on Etsy, and the thing you're trying to sell, like lots of other people are making it, you know, and it's like, before you felt that sense of competition hasn't been very enlivening or empowering. It's felt really like it's created conflict for you or something, like maybe you haven't felt good enough. But in this case, with this 5 of Swords, I feel like you are coming out on top, like you're able to cut through that competition. You're the star. So just stay positive, stay like hope. Like with Anu, it's very much this energy of like hope and prosperity after a difficult period. So I do see that some of you may have been in a period of conflict or a lot of competition before, a lot of fighting maybe with people over being able to have access to resources, or maybe that's been your kind of mindset, like you felt a sort of scarcity and a bit like, oh my gosh, like if I don't, you know, hurry up and get all these products finished and out to people, like, you know, all the investment or all the support or money or all the clients are going to go to my competitor or something like that. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, is sort of a needing to fight for resources. But you need to trust that, like, you know, there is going to be a flow of abundance coming to you, and you are going to come out on top, and you are going to get like your cut, is what I'm hearing. Like you're going to get your cut of the resources that you need, the investment that you need, the support that you need, the clients that you need. So trust that. So that's a really empowering message. Can we get some more messages? Next steps for pile 2. Next steps for pile 2. Okay. Came out a bit funny. Right. 2 of Cups, ametrine. Beautiful. Maybe that there's some kind of collaboration here that might happen, because 2 of Cups, you know, it doesn't have to speak of a romantic partnership in the context of this reading about finances. This is more to do with some other kind of partnership, a collaboration in terms of business. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to partner with someone, you know, in terms of like going 50-50 in a business, but it might just mean that there's someone out there who can support you or help you get your products or your services out there. There could be some kind of collaboration or collaborative energy, or maybe you're moving out of an energy of competitiveness and into an energy of collaboration and kind of like being able to like leverage some of the people that were your competitors, kind of thing. Like you're not seeing them as competitors, and sort of enjoying the, you know, the differences of all the people in your field who do slightly different things, and maybe even one of them, you know, you end up partnering with them in some way, or you do a collaboration with them in some way or something. Say for example, like, you know, you're a tarot reader on YouTube or something like that, and before you felt like you were trying to get your channel going and you just felt like everyone else had, you know, a certain cut of, or a certain subscriber level or something like that, and you felt really a sense of like competitiveness with them. And now you're kind of shifting into more of a just focusing on yourself, doing your own thing, like, you know, putting your own work out there, seeing yourself as the star that you are. And then maybe someone comes along who's like, hey, your channel is really cool. Do you want to do a collab? And you end up putting out like, you know, a reading video, or, you know, maybe you do some other kind of thing on YouTube, and you do a collaboration with someone else, and that kind of helps your work to get out there in some way, or that helps you to get clients or something. It helps your like cups to kind of fill up and overflow. So really, really beautiful energy there for you, pile number 2, that's coming in. Next steps. Whoa, came out fast. All of these. Okay, so we've got 2 of Swords, obsidian. So there might be a little bit of a needing to go within and tune into your tune into your intuition and work out which direction you want to go in, because there's like a bit of a crossroads here, or there's like 2 different options of something that you could choose, and there's very much a need to just sit quietly, go within, tune into your intuition and work out what your guidance is as to what direction you should go in. It's interesting, we've got like 2 of Cups, which is a lot to do with like balance, collaboration, partnership. We've got 2 of Swords, so 2 and 2 again, which is about sort of tuning, like weighing up your intuition versus like your logical mind, or the sort of yin side of you versus your yang side of you, and reaching a decision. And then we've got Temperance, which is to do with balance. So there's like 3 cards that are related to like balancing energies and sort of coming into a state of balance and harmony. And we've got these like 2 dolphins that are kind of coming out here, pointing in slightly different directions. It's interesting looking at the colors of the cards. It's very like white, purple, white, purple, white. So maybe some of you are in some kind of, with the purple, I'm getting this highly spiritual vibe. Some of you might be some kind of spiritual coaches, or you are healers, or you do something that involves your intuition or your crown chakra. So you're a channel, you're a spiritual healer, spiritual coach, or something like that. It may even be that that's something you're having to decide whether to pursue or not, and that might have been something you felt a bit of internal conflict before about going forward with. But it's like, this feels very okay, what I'm getting is like it may be that you have to balance both these sides of yourself in some way. So with Temperance being here, it's like you may have to balance a little bit of like your kind of earthly side and your you're like, maybe even say you've got to do a day job for a period of time, and also focus on your spiritual gifts and your spiritual skills, whether you're like some sort of intuitive or a psychic or a healer or a coach or a guide or something like that. And there's a need to kind of balance both those sides of you, like still give enough attention to your job or your work and your day to day and everything like that, and keep that going, and also start giving more time and energy and investing in this spiritual gift, because that, I feel like, is going to be the thing that is going to be the key to your prosperity. Let me just check in the book. I feel like I read something about the goddess of prosperity, something about 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, oh, here we go. Sorry, this is what they wanted me to draw your attention to. They were saying about the swans, and I wasn't quite sure. But so it says in the book about the swans being the regal swans of Anu symbolize that you possess a gift for prophecy. So it may be that some of you are like highly psychic, you're highly intuitive, you're able to do like some sort of, you know, divination work or something like that. So it could be tarot, it could be runes, it could be, you know, there's multiple divination methods, whatever you feel drawn to. But there's some sort of prosperity that's going to come to you with that type of work. I feel like with that type of like prophecy type work, or there's like a sort of like feminine wisdom, like feminine energy, divine feminine energy, using feminine energy in some way. So it could be healing work. Like I said, I mean, temperance is about balance and healing. You know, coming back into like holistic balance within your life, like mind, body, and soul, all balance, not being in any kind of sense of addiction or overindulgence or anything like that. So maybe some of you are holistic guides of some sort, and very much working with like feminine energy. So there's something around that is going to bring you prosperity. So if you've been thinking of doing something like that, or you've started something like that, there's a need to pursue that, because that is really going to bring you the prosperity that you've been looking for. And it might be that you have a little bit of a, I don't want to say battle, but like there's a period of time where you might have to resolve within yourself, like how you balance out your time between these two things for a while, like your kind of day job, so to speak, if you're already doing something to earn money, and this like really pursuing this gift in some way, and like which direction to go in with that. There might be like a little period of needing to like come to a decision and work out exactly which direction to go in. But I feel like you'll figure that out, because if you look at this card with the swords, they're crossed. So it's like initially it'll be like an obstacle. You'll see that as an obstacle, like something's crossing your path, like, oh no, do I do this or do I do this? Like, which I feel pulled in these two different directions, and it's like it can't go any further. There's sort of a block while you figure something out. But then with temperance, it's open, right? Like the two arms are open. They're the opposite to with the two swords being crossed. So it's like she's balanced those two options, those two paths. She's balanced them out. She's able to like it coexist in both those worlds, so to speak. Like both do the sort of the healing work and do the whatever work, and then eventually, you know, more money will come in, more prosperity and abundance will come in for that, and then slowly but surely she can give, you know, she or he can give up the other, or they can give up the other thing. Yeah, I also see here with the desert I was going to say desert rose card, but it's the page of swords. But the desert rose is the crystal. That could be the reason I said that. That could be very significant crystal. For those of you that are into crystals, have a look up desert rose. It could be really useful for you. But you can see she's got all this sparkly energy coming out of her third eye here. So I'm very much getting that you're going to get this like beautiful divine wisdom coming to you. You're going to get this flow of guidance, and you're going to be able to okay, thank you. That's what I'm getting. So sorry, there's a lot of energy here, and I'm just trying to decipher all the messages because it's a general reading, and it's a lot of energy that's coming through. So I'm getting that some of you will be messengers, right? For spiritual guidance. Like you're going to be some kind of messenger, because the pages in the court cards are all about being a messenger or having messages come through. And with this particular page of swords, it's a really beautiful card. It's a very feminine page of swords. She's holding this sword up to the sky. It's pointing to the crescent moon, which is symbolic of the feminine. It's symbolic of a new cycle, of planting those intentions and seeing them grow. And then she's also got a moon on her chest and a moon on her third eye, and then all this sparkly energy coming out. So it's like being a messenger for your intuition, for intuitive messages, for messages from spirit, for messages from your feminine wisdom. I'm being nudged towards the guidebook because I think there might be something about the desert rose specifically that we need to draw your attention to. So page of swords, where are we? Queen of swords, page of swords, here we go. So here we go, the talisman. So the guidance is, I am focusing on manifesting ideas into realities. The affirmation associated with this card is, my focus is sharp, clear, and conscious. I have the focus needed to get things done. And just to read out the part about the desert rose, so named because it is formed of desert sand that has crystallized into a pattern that resembles a many-petaled flower. Desert rose can aid focus and bring clarity. Here we go. If you have a decision to make or are feeling overwhelmed, confused, or overstimulated, what did I say about making decisions? I love the way these cards work. There's a big decision to make. There's a big need to tune into your intuition and work out what to do about something. And you are going to be able to do that because you've got this page of swords energy here supporting you. So, and also for those of you that are into crystals, if you can get hold of desert rose, it'll really help you with this decision. Anyway, sorry, going back to the book. So desert rose can help you feel grounded and balanced so that you can face whatever you need to. If, like the page of swords, you need to find focus and commitment, desert rose can bring the calmness of mind you need to concentrate, making it perfect for work desks and anywhere you need to maintain your attention and avoid distraction. So yeah, beautiful energy there. I love these cards. We've got like the star, the sun, the moon here. So we've got all these elements, and then these sort of very beautiful pinky purpley cards with Two of Cups and Temperance. The other message I'm getting is that for some of you, part of the decision might be, this is quite a specific message, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. But some of you might be moving from a project or something that was done with someone else. Like maybe some of you have a business with another person or with a group of people or something, and part of the decision is whether to keep going with that or to move into this period of being like a solitary practitioner, like an independent, like a freelancer, or you're just doing the business on your own, or you're doing a different business, or you're just kind of going your own path, because she's like a solitary practitioner here. So that's quite specific. That's just for some of you. It might be that's what the decision is that you need to make. But you're going to be able to make that decision. You're going to be able to come into a period of focus and clarity and commitment so that you can make that happen. So let's get a couple of guidance cards for you. Excuse me. I'm just going to move these up a little bit. Whoops, wrong deck. We've already used that one. Let's go with this one. This is from the Wild Woman Oracle, which I absolutely love. So I have a Wild Woman Oracle for part 2. The Creatrix, creativity. Yeah, beautiful. So some of you might be writing something. Maybe the prosperity is going to come from committing to a writing project, like you're writing a book or you're collaborating with someone on a writing project or something like that. For others of you, I see this as more of like you writing your goals and getting really clear and focused and committed on your own goals, like doing scripting, for example. So just to quickly explain for those of you that are new to scripting or manifestation, scripting is a really powerful manifesting process where, you know, you can write like affirmations as if they've happened about things that you want to manifest, and you read them out to yourself every day for, say, a period of like 28 days or 30 days or something, and they start to manifest. It's like really incredible energy. Or you can write them down every day, whatever you feel comfortable with. But there's something around like maybe scripting your ideas, scripting the life that you want to have. So say, for example, you want to be financially independent, or you want to have your own business doing some sort of healing work or something. You could say like, I'm a successful holistic coach and I'm completely financially independent, or something like that. And you write it as if it's done and as if you already have it, and you just write it down like a few times, and then you read that out to yourself every morning, every evening for like 30 days. And it's incredible what can happen. I tell you, like, I have done this process a couple of times with a few different things, and it's just bonkers how it can manifest. So I see some of you doing that, but for others of you, this is like really just tapping into your creativity in order to step forward in whatever this thing is that you're being called towards. There's something that it's like going with the flow, because with the dolphins, it's like, you know, dolphins are very happy animals. They kind of, you know, they just swim with the tides. They go with the flow. It's like this very sort of happy, flowy energy, and going with whatever your inner guidance pulls you towards. Also with that card, I'm getting a vibe of some of you might need to put in some long nights, like with the moon and she sat up. It might be that there's a little bit of sort of sacrifice or something that needs to happen around like carving out time to focus on a project and get it done. Yeah, I think that's all for that one. Let's go into the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Oh, that one came out straight away. Okay. Wow. Angel Amitiel and Blue Obsidian Revelation. Yeah, definitely. I feel that coming for you, Pearl. Number 2, because I feel like there's something you've been struggling with, a decision that needs to be made. You've had some kind of inner conflict with that 5 of Swords. There's like possibly two options being presented to you, or 2 paths or something like that, with 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords. It's like there's something competing with something else, or that's how you've been perceiving it. Like, I've got this part of myself, but it's competing with this part, or I've got this business with this person, but actually I really want to go over here and set up this thing on my own. And you're going to get clarity on that, and you're going to have a revelation as to what it is that you're meant to go forth with. And it's something very heart-centered. We've got a lot of green here, which is linked to the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is all about love and emotional fulfillment and being of service and being able to really... it's also about abundance as well, in that sense of like, you know, I spoke about Goddess Anu and the green and the like overflowing abundance that comes through for her. So, or it comes through from her, I should say. So really with this decision, like going into the center of your heart, like dropping into your heart, can really help you make the decision that's like best for you, that's really heart-centered. And then there's a lot of blue, which is linked with the throat chakra, which is all about authenticity and expressing your true self. which could be around this, whatever this Two of Cups situation is. Maybe there's a need to express something towards someone, and it could be either way. It could be needing to express something towards an existing commitment in order so that you can go this path on your own, or it could be expressing, say, admiration for someone that you want to collaborate with and just being really truthful about that and being like, hey, like, I think your work is amazing. Is there any chance we could collaborate? Or could I be like a what's the word I'm thinking of? Not artisan. What is it when you're like, could you mentor me? That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, could you mentor me? I just see this sort of adoration energy here. It's like there's this person here who's sort of going about their day or whatever. I can see this like amethyst crystal beside them. So it could be that they're already established in the field that you want to go into, in terms of they're already really have a lot of wisdom in that, because amethyst is linked with like wisdom and intuition and being really knowledgeable and being able to tap into your inner knowledge and higher knowledge and all of that. There's also like purple, again with the purple energy in the cup. So it's like their cup is full of wisdom and full of intuitive knowledge. And you're this person here who's just like hugging them like, oh my gosh, I adore you. I think you're absolutely amazing. You're like the best thing ever. Like, please can you mentor me, or please can you collaborate with me, or can you work with me, or can we do some kind of project together? So there's a need to maybe like express your true self around some kind of Two of Cups situation, whether it's moving away from it or moving towards it. And it will be different for all of you, so just take that as it resonates. Let's see, what else am I getting through? Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want me to say? There might be something in the book. 1 second, you guys. So number 6. I'm getting a really there's an energy of like I felt my breath. I've been kind of holding my breath through a lot of this reading. So I feel like for some of you there's been this period where you've had to like hold your breath for so long around a situation, and it's like what I'm getting is like you can breathe out now. You can breathe out now, part 2. Like really take a breath, take a breather. Like, it's like you've been holding your breath for this money to come through. You've been holding your breath for these clients to come through. You've been holding your breath for this collaboration to come through. There's been something where something hasn't been flowing to you, and now you're really gonna step into this period where you can be more balanced. It's like you've got a balance between the inhale and the exhale. Like, not just be like and that's it, and just like I've just gotta like exist with my breath held, and like I can't receive anything, because having the energy of holding your breath in is like you're not trusting that if you breathe out you can breathe back in again. It's like there's not that trust in the universe that the oxygen is going to be there for you to breathe back in. It's like I'm getting a really like kind of energy, like a panicked energy almost. So some of you might have been really stuck in a survival mode for quite a while, or in a scarcity mode, or just restrictions, or like waiting on something. Like there's been this thing you've needed to get through before you could go to the next step. Like you need an investment or something, and you've just been waiting for it, and it's been really stressful. But know that like, yeah, there's going to be a revelation. Like something's going to suddenly be revealed to you. Like something's just going to come to you. Like you're going to hear something around, like, say a for example, like just a sudden lot of income that's going to come mysteriously from somewhere, or something. Like maybe like, I don't know, a great aunt that you didn't even really know you had passes away and you get an inheritance. It's that kind of energy almost. Like it's just such a sudden flow of income, or a sudden flow of support or something, or like a message you've been waiting for, or even like an internal epiphany around something that you need to do, and what you need to do, and the path you need to go on. It's like it's just going to be really, really clear. Let me just see if... Okay, here we go. I'm going to read the introduction part. So there are times we bring you the gift of revelation. There are times when not knowing is helpful. During such times, you develop unconditional trust in the universe. That trust will then support you in living your life according to your personal truths. You need a lot of trust in yourself and in life to live with such courage. Not knowing the bigger picture can help you stay focused on what you need to do right now. Interesting, we've got a double message about focus, because I also spoke about focus with the Page of Swords card as well. So there's a big need for you to get really focused. So not knowing the bigger picture can help you stay focused on what you need to do right now. Rather than getting so excited about the future, you become distracted from the work that needs to be accomplished in the present moment, unwittingly slowing down your progress and delaying the very future you want to draw closer to you. However, there are other times when it is more helpful to know, to understand, to see. A particular truth will help you gain perspective, let go of the past, heal a wound, and feel safer, feel more loved, more empowered, and ready for the next step on your life journey. This is one of those times. We bring you the helpful gift of revelation now because you are ready to know a deeper truth. This is a really long guidebook message, so I'm just going to tune in and see which part they want me to draw your attention to from the book. Okay, this bit. So there is a saying in the Sufi mystic tradition that the divine grants destiny with compassion. What this means is that the universe really loves you and wants to nurture you into your path. Yeah, I feel that with this sort of Two of Swords, making the decision to move towards this temperance energy of like being really balanced and going towards something that I think I feel involves like using your intuitive wisdom in some way. But sorry to keep interrupting, so I just wanted to point that out. So what this means is that the universe really loves you and wants to nurture you into your path with the right information coming to you at the right time. Would you ask a kindergarten student to attend a postgraduate degree class in mathematics? Would you ask a child to handle the responsibilities that feel natural and even empowering for an adult to assume? What would happen to the kindergarten student or the child who has suddenly required so much more of them what he is naturally equipped to deal with at this stage of his life? How might they respond? In time, with growth and development, those things could happen quite naturally, and even more easily when there is no fear created by the mind wondering, what if I fail? I don't think I can do that. It might cause resistance, self-doubt, and hesitation, all because the truth of what was coming was accessed prematurely. So it's going into a little bit more detail about fear, etc., etc. A revelation is coming to you now because you are ready for it. Believe in what you see, feel, and know within your heart now and over the coming time. And I did say about being heart-centered, like making this decision, this crossroads decision very much from your heart. So you are going to see a mystery revealed before your very eyes, and you may be startled, humbled, moved, and inspired by what you come to know. There is only love in every revelation. You are just going to understand more of love's delicious divine plan for your soul this lifetime. Trust in what you perceive, no matter how radical it may seem. The divine is about to show you a glimpse into the heart of your life story and a positive prediction for your future. Wow, I love that. I feel like that's kind of what this bit has been saying in terms of like Two of Cups. It's almost like you could see this as this is you, and this is like your higher self or the divine or your guides or angels or goddesses or however you want to see it, as really supporting you and loving you and just giving you this abundance of unconditional love and support. And they've really, really got your back so that you can move forward, gain clarity on making a decision on which direction to go in towards this more intuitively guided life, a life that's really guided by your higher self, your higher wisdom. Again, it might be for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, this might be something related to sharing your intuitive gifts of some sort, or healing work of some sort, or holistic work of some sort, something that helps people find balance. Yeah, and really like being able to go with the flow with that. I'm just also being drawn to the infinity symbol up there. Again, it's that breathing in, breathing out, like yin, yang, like what goes out must come back. Kind of, there's going to be a reciprocity of like the energy that you give. spirit or the universe or your guides or your angels, or however you want to see it, it's going to be returned to you. That energy you put out, that spiritual energy or higher wisdom energy or whatever it is, whatever you put out will come back. And like, it'll be a flow, like with that goddess of prosperity and the waterfall, there'll be a flow of energy that will come back to you. And you're being very much like, it's being very revealed as to this decision and this path. And I do see you stepping into this role of receiving wisdom and then sharing it, being a messenger of some sort of intuitive wisdom or insight. And that could be in any field, you know. I mean, that could be, you could be a financial advisor and you could just start to work with people, you know. Perhaps you could work with you know, I see some of you doing like working with women who are disadvantaged or something and helping support them financially, but you're just doing it in this really beautiful feminine place of receiving wisdom for them and helping them move forward. Or some of you are doing it, you know, maybe something like this, like doing tarot readings. Some of you are doing it with being a holistic guide, and you're doing it with medicine, and you're receiving all this intuitive wisdom around like what healing needs to be done on the physical level. You could even be like a, you know, a doctor or something. You don't have to be like doing something really, really woo-woo or anything. Like, you could still be in your role, you know, your previous path or whatever, but just doing things in a more creative way with that creativity, and in a more feminine oriented way, and in a more intuitive way. And it might be that involves a bit of a reorientation and changing path and going in a new direction, or it might just be a new way of doing things within like your existing path. But there will be some kind of a decision and revelation, and I feel like it is to do with something that is going to be more heart-centered for you, something that you'll really love, and something where you're expressing your authentic self and your authentic truth. Okay, my lovelies, I feel like that's the end of your channel messages and guidance from the goddesses for your beautiful next steps to your financial independence. For pile 2, thank you so much for being here. I hope this, whoops, sorry, I bumped the camera. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this resonated for you. Don't forget to leave a comment below and hit the like if it did. Please subscribe to my channel to help it grow, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading about the next steps towards your financial independence. So you got goddess number 48, Chihirith, from the Celtic Goddess deck, Goddess of Change. So I'm going to start off speaking a little bit about your goddess, then we're going to move into some messages from the tarot, and then we've got a couple of oracle decks to pull some guidance at the end. So just to begin with, I feel like there's definitely going to be a change on the horizon for you. There's going to be a bit of a reorganization, a restyling, a glow up, a metamorphosis, if you like, after a period of stagnancy. So maybe some of you have felt a bit stuck. I'm getting a kind of a winter vibe from this card. Like maybe some of you have been in a kind of a stagnant period of maybe even having to let some things go. Like things have just kind of ground to a standstill, like the way nature does over winter. It's felt a bit cold. It's felt a bit like you've been a bit unsure about which direction to go, and maybe you can see this person's kind of leaning forward. This goddess is leaning forward on the horse, being like, is it safe to come out? Is it okay to go this way? Should I go this way or this way? And you're going to move towards a very positive new situation. So this could look like, you know, maybe leaving your job for a new one after having an interview. Maybe some kind of interview suddenly comes up. You apply for a job and you get an interview, and this is a sign that, yep, you're going to get it. You're going to change roles, or you're going to change companies, or something like that's going to happen. But you're basically flowing towards some sort of change in your situation, expansion, needing to flow with something new that's coming. There's going to be an alteration in the direction maybe of your life or something like that. And it's very much about like following your intuition, opening up to being adaptable to go with the flow, and then things will start coming towards you. And don't like fear the change, because it can be very easy to get stuck in a stagnant period and be a bit resistant to changing anything, because change can seem more scary than the situation we're in. It's kind of that whole better the devil you know than the devil you don't know energy. But like really, this card, if you felt drawn to this, is saying no, it is really time to change. don't fear it, don't resist it, really go with it, trust your intuition, and something so much better will come for you, and success will really come for you. And it's also about, maybe just, it could be little things within your life, like maybe for some of you, for example, you might have a really difficult boss or something like that, and it's kind of about changing or adjusting how you react to things as well. It's not just about like necessarily big massive change in directions and things, but also like changing how you react to something, because that can really change so much. Like you have the freedom of choice to change your mind about the way someone's treating you, adjusting how you react to them, which changes your choices by, like, you can then alter things from that point of power, like instead of feeling kind of stuck or stagnant in a situation that, you feel like maybe really disempowered because of something at work or a boss figure or a colleague or something like that. It's kind of like saying, like, actually, like, you can get on your horse, you can see this from a different perspective, you can change the way you react to this person, and it might change the outcome, and it might like completely change things in a different direction. You just never know, like little subtle changes like that, like just changes to how you react to things even can change your plans, or change your directions, or change how someone then responds back to you. Like maybe, for example, some of you might not have been, like maybe you've been passed over for promotion, for example, or you've had difficulties with your boss, like seeing your worth in something, and you felt really frustrated by that, and so you've reacted to that situation perhaps in a understandably somewhat negative way, and you might have withdrawn your energy a little bit and felt a little bit like, well, I don't really want to put any effort in now because they're not really seeing my worth. And so you've kind of stagnated a little bit, and you felt like, I don't really want to stay at this company because I'm just not growing, and like they're not giving me a promotion or something. And it's like, okay, well, how can you respond to that situation rather than kind of reacting negatively? Like, what could you do instead? Maybe that could like lead to something better for you in some way. And you just never know. Like, it could be kind of coming up with an idea for a new project or something, and you go and speak with this boss figure and say, like, okay, I know I didn't get this promotion or something, but like, how about I, take the lead on this project or something like that. It's like just thinking outside the box, thinking outside the square. That's the kind of energy that this goddess brings in, is like not getting stuck. Like this horse is kind of backed into like a little, almost like, I don't know what it's called, like a little gully is what I want to say. I don't know if that's right, but like just the side of the stream, and it's like you've got to get kind of back in the water. Pile 3 is the energy I'm getting. You've got to get back in the water and go with the flow and allow Cherith to like move you to where you need to be, and that will be how you gain this like financial independence or more financial success. There is going to be a change around the corner, but just open your mind, be open to adapting, be open to change, be open to changing your perspective on things, and that is going to lead to some success for you. Wow, I almost feel like that was a reading in a nutshell, and there's like not that much else to say, but this might be quite a straightforward reading, but let's just see what the tarot has to say in terms of what this change might be. Can we get some guidance on this? Whoa, that came out fast. 2 of Swords. Wow, yeah, a decision that needs to be made. This is quite similar to the pile number 2, also got 2 of Swords. So yeah, needing to go within and make a decision and follow your intuition, because the 2 swords are crossed over her eyes. Like, you can't see what this change is that's going to come in, but like you have to feel it and trust your intuition on it. And this card very much said about trusting your intuition, going with the flow. So there's a double message about trusting your intuition here. Intuition. I feel like I'm pronouncing that weirdly. Intuition. Okay, Spirit, can we get oh wow, death. Okay, yeah, with the vulture, interesting. So I feel for you, pile number 3, sorry. I don't know why I said pile 2. Maybe there's some of you are here from pile 2, or pile 2 might be useful for you as well. But I feel like for you, pile 3, the there's some kind of ending that needs to happen. So there is definitely a change that needs to happen. Something needs to end for there to be a rebirth, for some new opportunity or new option or new path or new job or new promotion or something to come in. There needs to be an ending first before you can be moved towards a new beginning. And I very much feel like, you know, the guidance is like not to fear that ending as much as like, I totally get, I'm a Taurus sun, so I'm like major like fixed sign and earth energy. So like fixed and earth is like double fixed and double stubborn and double like stuck in my ways. So this card like is completely me to a T. This is just like, you know, like I stay in jobs, relationships, all sorts of things for years, you guys. So like, I get it. I'm not being like, oh my gosh, hurry up, move on. Like, no, I understand that it is really hard to move forward sometimes, and it takes a lot of courage because it's often easier and it's often more comfortable. Those of you who are Taurian or have Taurus sun or moon or rising or something, you will get this completely, because it's all about comfort and knowing where you're at with something, and being stable and being steady. So it's often a lot easier to kind of stay in the comfort zone, right? But like your guides are really pushing you at this time. Like I'm getting this visual of like your angels behind you, and you're like being depicted or symbolized by like a bull. So I think some of you in this group, leave a comment below if you are, drop a bull symbol in the comments. I think some of you either are Taurus suns or you have Taurian energy strongly in your chart somewhere, and it's like they are pushing you like behind this like bull energy, or like behind this like horse that doesn't really want to move. It's like, come on, we've got to go to the next thing, we've got to grow, we've got to have like a death process, we've got to have an ending in order to have like a new beginning. So, and I just saw 2121 on the clock, so that angel number could be significant. I don't know what that angel number is off the top of my head, but you might want to look it up. In numerology, that would reduce to 3 because 2 + 1 is 3. So 3 could be significant. I'm just trying to feel into why I was showing that number. So 3 + 3 reduces to 6, and 6 is all about okay, I'm being shown the 6 of Swords in tarot, right? Okay, so 6 of Swords is about like moving on, like moving forward, like change. Literally, it's like in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's shown with a person in a boat with swords behind them, and they're moving to a better life, really, like a better outcome, a better life, a better job, you know, a better home. Like they're just moving away from something that's been difficult and moving towards something that's going to be so much better for them. So that's there we go. Sorry, that took a little while to figure out what they were saying, what I was getting through. Why are you telling me the number 6? But yeah, 6 of Swords, that flipped. So I feel like that wants to come out. Oh, wow, beautiful. The moon. Again, I feel like this is saying intuition. This particular moon card is a lot about like going with the flow, going with your intuition, trusting your intuition, trusting what your inner feelings are telling you, because the moon has a lot to do with feelings. It's got moonstone under here as well. So moonstone could be a really useful stone for those of you that are into crystals to help you tap into that intuition. There's a lot of white energy actually in your reading. We've got this like white-haired goddess on a white horse with the white moonstone, and she's wearing a white top here with this card, which white corresponds with the crown chakra, or even like the soul star chakra. So there might be a bit of an awakening around your crown chakra. For those of you, just to quickly explain for those of you that are new to chakras, so chakras are energy centers in the body. There are 7 main ones, but there are extra chakras that awaken as you balance out the other 7. So the 7 main ones start from your feet, which is your root chakra, and they move all the way up through your body to the 7th one, which is your crown chakra, which is the top of your head, which sometimes is associated with the color white. And I feel like in this case, it is sort of talking about like opening up your crown in order to receive like wisdom, divine guidance, divine inspiration, divine intuition, being able to tune into your emotional self, your feelings as to like what you want to create next. But it is a very beautiful energy that's coming through after this like quite perhaps challenging energy of the Two of Swords needing to make a decision here, and the Death card having some sort of ending or something falling away or needing to let go of something in order to move forward. So let's get a little bit more guidance on the next steps for my pile threes. Spirit, can we get some more guidance on next steps for, wow, woo, Four of Swords. Wow, beautiful card. I love this Four of Swords. This is quite empowering. I feel like meditation. She's sitting here in kind of like lotus pose with her arms out. She's very receptive to like almost like celestial energy, like the stars. There's a lotus above her head. Again, that kind of crown chakra awakening. So for some of you, you might be quite new to spirituality or the chakras or meditation or yoga or things like that. And there's this guidance towards like opening up to those type of things that you're feeling called towards, because that will really help you find the clarity to like know where you're supposed to move or like be open to these changes that are coming in. Four of Swords is usually to do with rest after like some sort of difficulty, which may be that like as you go through this like death and rebirth process, that there is a lot of rest and healing that needs to happen. But I feel like in this case, you're taking like active responsibility for that. Like normally in Four of Swords, it often shows a person on a bed with like just four swords suspended above them or that type of imagery. And it's quite like passive imagery, if you like. It's quite like that person is just waiting for healing to come to them. Whereas in this case, it's like you're taking charge of your healing. You're taking charge of your rest and your like your meditation and being able to like tune into this divine wisdom and opening up your crown chakra. It's like you're actively pursuing getting this wisdom. You're actively pursuing like going into states of meditation or something like that, so that you can receive the wisdom that you need for this like rebirth process or these changes that you're going through. This is quite an interesting reading. It's quite different from piles 1 and 2 in that it feels more like a spiritual journey a little bit than perhaps some of the other readings that were touched on slightly more practical things. This is kind of like the steps towards your independence and more. It's more of a subtle inner journey. It's more of a spiritual awakening journey. And now for some of you, that will be something you've already gone through, and it's a deepening of an awakening process you've already done, because you know awakening is a cyclical thing and it can happen over and over again in different ways. And so some of you might have already had a spiritual awakening, you might have had a kundalini awakening, and you've already gone through that kind of dark night of the soul, and this is like a deeper awakening into like really living your purpose or going forward with what you're meant to do. For others of you, this might be your first awakening. You might never have gone through that. You might have been in quite a like maybe more logical frame of mind. Nothing wrong with that. Like that's just how you've kind of operated. And you're being really called towards like letting go of that side of things, letting go of your brain controlling what you should and shouldn't do, and trusting your intuition more. And this awakening is kind of an initial or an initiation into a more spiritual way of being, or a more intuitive way of living, or a more emotional way of living, like listening to your emotions with that moon card, like tuning into your emotional self. Very interesting. Can I get another card for pile? Can I get another card for pile 3? All of those? Really? Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have... I'm going to have to move these over because you've got lots of cards, pile 3. Don't tell the other piles that you've got a lot more. There's just more energies going on for you guys. So let's have a look. We've got Strength, Carnelian. Again, these crystals that are on the bottom might be useful for you. So just to read them out, we had Obsidian, Jet, Moonstone, Amber. So it could pay to have a look at the properties for those and see if any of those... or you know, the energies of the crystals, if you're into crystals, they might resonate for you. Particularly this one, Strength and Carnelian. So carnelian would be a really powerful crystal to help you find that strength and ferocity to kind of move forward in your life and go after what you want and change things for the better for yourself. Um, yeah, I'm getting really strong like solar plexus vibes with the suns and the sunflowers here. So solar plexus is related to the third chakra, which is centered around the stomach, and it's all about shining your light, like just having the courage and the strength to be yourself, to shine your light, to put yourself out there, to be the not like be the center of the limelight in terms of like if you're an introverted person, you're going to shudder in your boots at the thought of that. But it's just, like you can still be introverted or whatever and still like uh confidently put yourself out there in a way that's comfortable to you, right? So it's just having that strength to like kind of take that next step towards, you know, living an authentic life that is true to yourself. So yeah, this is really beautiful energy we've got coming, and we've got this move from this quite dark energy here. So I do feel like some of you were stuck in a bit of a standstill energy and a bit of a like, I did speak of like winter and there being like decay or letting go, or like just a standstill, like winter, I guess. And then we've got this moon card with the flow of emotions and healing coming through. We've got kind of almost like sacral chakra here with the orange, which is all about your creativity and all of that, getting insights about kind of creative things. And then with the strength, we've got the solar plexus with the suns and the sunflowers. So really fire, it's kind of moving into this really fiery energy. So it's like you are going to move from this stagnant energy towards this like finding your passion and feeling fired up. Then we had the star card number 17, moldavite. This could also be a really useful crystal for you, by the way, moldavite. I'm not a crystal expert, so I'm not even going to try and pretend to like say all the properties of moldavite, but from what I remember, it's a green crystal, and it's really good for like awakening you to your purpose and like aligning you quite powerfully with your purpose, because the star is about like destiny, right? And it's about what are you destined to do, and also again it's kind of about like shining your light and being a star as well. Like how can you show up for yourself? How can you like shine your light so that people can like hear what you have to say, or like, to follow you in some way. Maybe some of you are going to be a star in some form or another on social media. I'm just being drawn to this little bottle. Spirit, what do you want me to say about this little? Oh, okay, right. Okay, so I'm getting this vibe of like you being like a genie in a bottle, or like a really powerful star, but you've been like trapped in this bottle for like years and been really stuck. And then it's like someone comes along, or like spirit comes along, and like they take the lid off, and like boom, you just like come out of the bottle like like this huge star, and you're just like, hello, I'm here. And everyone is like, oh my gosh, like look at Pal 3, they're just like shining their light so bright. They're just this huge star in the world. Like what happened? Like you went from kind of being really kind of tentative and like, oh, should I go this way? I don't know, I'm not really sure, to like just boom, like I'm here. How do I say that in a way I'm here, mother effers, like kind of really sassy energy of just like screw you, I'm out and proud, like I'm out of the spiritual closet, or I'm just shining my light and doing my thing and moving forward. And wow, like definitely some kind of like stepping into your destiny, and definitely some kind of popularity or recognition or success is going to come to you. So that's really exciting. It's a really nice progression, like sort of orange, yellow, green, up through the chakras. So beautiful. And then we've got another yellow card with 7 of coins, sulfur. And this is all about like being on the path towards towards this, your 9 of Pentacles. Like you are going to have the strength to shine your light, to come out of your little tight bottle that you've been in, this little bottle here, and that is going to lead to like it's like the yellow brick road is what I'm seeing, like on Wizard of Oz. Like it's like your yellow brick road, like you're going to go up this golden road that's going to be paved with like money, like things, success or money or whatever it is that you want, whatever abundance you want is going to come to you eventually. Like you're leaving your comfort zone with this, which is symbolized by this house here. There's you, and you're walking out on this new path, this golden path, and it is going to lead you to success. And Seven of Pentacles is a little bit of a it's earth energy. So again, to come back to the bull energy, some of you might be an earth sign, so you might be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But if you are, or whether you are or you aren't, it doesn't really matter too much. The point is like, that's a really good energy, actually. If you're applying it to what you want to do, it's a really like solid, dependable, methodical, like, yep, I'm just going to keep putting one foot after the other. I'm going to go up this path. And like, if I just keep going, I'm going to get the rewards eventually. It's like, you're going to put in the commitment, you're going to put in the effort, and you're going to be really methodical about it and just keep persevering and going towards it. Seven of Pentacles is all about like, don't give up, keep persevering. Like nature is eventually going to get to a point where you can harvest something, but it's maybe not quite ready yet, but it will be. Like it will be. It'll be a little bit further down the path. So like, just trust that it is going to come to you. But I think for you, pile number 3, there is going to be a bit of a change that you actually actively need to make and actively need to decide on. Something that you actively need to let go of. You need to tune in really strongly through, whether it's meditation, through a tarot reading, through seeing someone for a reading, whatever it might be, however you want to do that. It could be this reading that helps do it. It could be someone else's. I don't care. Like, it's about you finding the strength to go towards what is destined for you, and know that in going towards that, you will receive the abundance that you are deserving of. And with Cherith here, she is definitely saying like, that is going to come towards you. Like, do not worry. It is around the corner for you. Just once you step into the stream and go with the flow of your intuition, you will be guided there for sure. Pile number 3. Whew, that is a really powerful and amazing reading. I almost feel like I don't need to pull oracle cards, but I'm going to, because it would be really mean just to finish off at the tarot. But let's just see if there's any more guidance from the oracles. So this is from the, I've just drawn a blank, Wild Woman Oracle. It's one of my favorite oracle decks. Oh. Wow. Bastet and Sekhmet, ferocious femininity. What was I talking about with being ferocious and being fierce and having strength? Like, this is going to be you, pile number 3. Like, you are going to really be so fired up. You're going to have this fierce energy, like this don't mess with me energy, this like sassy energy. You are definitely glowing up, pile number 3, like for sure. Like, you know, it could be physically, like she just looks like, look at the energy between these two. They're so different. They're just so opposite. So you could be getting a lot of confidence in yourself to shine your light and to put yourself out there in some way. A confidence in your femininity and your feminine power. But it's not necessarily, you know, just like a physical glow up. It's like an inner glow up, like a confidence glow up. It's like stepping into your true power, your true confidence, your true strength, seeing yourself as the goddess you really are. It's that energy, really, really empowered energy. So that is really, really beautiful. I'm going to put that with the strength card there. Move that one up. Okay, and let's pull to finish with, I'm going to pull a Crystal Mandala Oracle. Just while I'm shuffling this, if you've liked and enjoyed this video, if you can like the video, it helps the YouTube algorithm to send this out and about to other people, so that it helps my channel to grow. I would be so grateful. Don't forget to leave a comment if it has resonated. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome if you're a new subscriber. I'm so happy to have you here. Okay. So, Spirit, can we have a guidance card for pile 3? This deck is quite difficult to shuffle, but it is a really amazing deck. Yep, that one flipped. I think it's that one. Wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Card number 3, Archer. Oh, and I said about 3 as well, didn't I? Was it your pile? Or have I just gone mad? I can't remember if it's your pile or pile 2. I think it was 3. Yes, because I was talking about the 6 of Swords and moving towards... I really hope that was you. I apologize if that was pile 2. My goodness. But I think I was talking about moving on towards a better situation, like leaving something behind, letting something die or fall away and moving forward towards something better. So if there is a new option to change things up, to go towards like a new job or a new role or even a new department within your company, or change careers altogether or whatever it might be, or change courses or something. If you've been feeling the call towards changing something, that is really on the cards for you. Like there's that movement towards something better. And we've got the number 3 again, which made me think of that. Pink calcite could be another crystal that could be really useful for you. This can help you tune into your heart chakra. I feel like this is connected with this moon card of like connecting with your emotional side, connecting with like your heart chakra, with what your heart is telling you to do, with what your heart really wants for you, because everything is like encoded in your heart, right? So if you can tune in and trust what your heart is guiding you towards and accept that, then it will lead you towards something so much better for you, something that you could never really even dream of yourself. Like your logical mind couldn't come up with something that your heart can feel for you. So there's definitely definitely a sort of, I feel like the kind of awakening and the healing that you're going to go through is related to your heart and being able to tune into your heart and do what brings you emotional fulfillment and something that you really love. I know there's also something around maybe like accepting your true self, accepting your inner child, maybe doing some inner child healing I'm getting as well. Let's just see. I think there might be, give me a second, I'm going to get the guidebook because I think there might be, whoopsie, sorry about that noise. I just knocked a crystal off the table, which was a moonstone. So that could be Spirit's way of being like, get yourselves a moonstone because that'll help you tune into your emotional self. So number 3. There we go. I'm not going to read all of it because as you can see, it's a really, really, really long message. These Alana Fairchild decks are absolutely amazing and they have extremely comprehensive messages. But I'm not going to read it all out today. But if you want to take a picture of it, I can hold it up to the camera and you can read all of it. You can take a screenshot and zoom in and read all of it at a later time. So I'll just do that. And there's also a healing process which could be really useful for you as well, pile number 3. So I'll hold that up to the camera. Okay, so... Okay, I'm being guided to just read this part. So the understanding of how something is helping you, even if at first it seems to be a hindrance, may come to you or not. You may come to fully understand the mysterious workings of divine love in your life over time, or it may never really make sense to you. Your choice is either to accept that life loves you even when you don't understand what is happening, or to live in distrust and fear. Acceptance enables you to live from a loving place with more peace in your heart and more power to grow and evolve through your life journey. If you've been through a difficult time, suffering, or working very hard, trying to obtain results or break through a challenge, this oracle brings you a message to soften your heart and loosen your grip on what you are hoping to achieve. It doesn't mean you need to give up. Far from it. Rather, the oracle suggests that if you relax and accept where you are at, with all that you have accomplished thus far, and even the challenge still ahead, you will move through it with less reactiveness and more conscious awareness and constructive choice. Wow, isn't that amazing? That matches exactly what I said at the beginning about reactivity and choice and having the courage to choose to respond to things and change how you react to things and thereby be able to change your path. So that's it, we've come full circle. It's looped back to that same thing. So there is an easier way, and acceptance of what is happening now will help you realize that. You deserve this. Relax and allow yourself to receive it according to divine grace and compassion. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Allow yourself to receive. I feel like that's kind of similar in the energy to this Four of Swords, where she's got her arms, her hands open and like gesture of receptivity, like being able to receive. Yeah, like her. I feel like this is like receive her guidance for her destiny because that's the star, and then receive money with the green coin kind of thing here. It's like, what do I do for to go after my destiny, and what can I do to help bring financial support in? Like really going into meditation is going to be really, really useful, and being really receptive and accepting the answers that you get, and really tuning into your heart space and trusting your heart to guide you where you are supposed to be, and you will be moved there. Like it will just happen. Like you will just be moved towards where you are meant to be when you open to it and go with the flow. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here, pile number 3. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, for hitting the notification bell so you never miss another reading. I've so enjoyed doing your reading for you today. I really hope it resonated for you. All the best with your journey towards financial independence, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye.